Indians and the Native Americans that were here on the same land. For part of that time, it didn't even apply to white men that didn't own land. But we've learned to expand that value to include everyone. And during the time of the Civil Rights Movement, MLK talked about those values as being on a check that was returned with insufficient funds. That check was returned and people are still waiting to cash it. That is the value I believe in. And so what makes me proud to be an American? When we worked and fought together for those rights, ending slavery, for women's rights, for the history of welcoming the immigrant, the Statue of Liberty that stands in New York Harbor saying, give me your poor, your weary. This is a place of welcome. The Civil Rights Act, the Voting Rights Act, a few years back, the acknowledgement of our sins and crimes against the Native people and seeking to begin to restore what has been broken. But all throughout our history, we've been trying to balance these values with the times we have failed and we've missed it. It's in seeking for the balance of making it equal for all. But what makes me sad and gives me pause and even shame is when we forget that these values are for all. When we allow a few wealthy and powerful people to brainwash us and tell us lies and seed division. And right now I live in a predominantly migrant community and I see the lies over the last 10 years that have been told, 15 years, 20 to tell the truth, about the migrant community that are straight up not true. But to cause division, to create a scapegoat, to try to give themselves power while destroying and separating the American people to make them fight against each other so that they can have more power. When people from the top want to rewrite history, to remove the painful parts of our story, we need to learn from our history. As my grandmother taught me, if we don't learn from our history, we're doomed to repeat it. But right now, there are people who want to erase our history and remove those painful parts. We can't let that happen to us. And so on this July 4th, I want to say I am concerned about the state of our republic. I am concerned that many of my fellow Americans, I don't know why, for a hope of personal gain, many of them voted for a known fraudster, someone who was known to cheat on his wives and steal from his workers, and they made